And we're
So
here, David. We're
are
live.
you are you counting us in, Stephen, or
We're already
are
in.
you?
We're so in already that the audience now has realized that we have no clue what we're doing, like usual. But
Oh,
the good thing
oh,
is, just so
yeah.
everybody's
Go on,
happy,
go on, go on, go on,
guy,
go
just so
on.
we know, the
Just so we
Macy's
know.
Days, the Macy's Days Parade was a few days ago because
Yes,
we're
and
recording this
where
after
would that
Thanksgiving.
have taken
Well,
place,
that's
Stephen?
only in one city, David. That is in New York City. Oh, I made another dollar. I'm very excited. Thank you for the New York Tourism Board for
That's
the dollar that they keep giving.
unbelievable, unbelievable how much money you're making for that city, which we're not going to pronounce.
The New
Anyway,
York City,
talking about
yes, and the good thing is that if I
yes,
keep
go on.
doing
What
this
is it?
by the
Yes.
end of next year, I'll have enough money to buy one Broadway ticket.
Oh, I was going to thought
Yeah,
you were going to say to buy an extra wheel nut for your BMW, but that's another story.
that's another story for another time. Yes. So I hear we have a very interesting artist, Raymond Burr. No, that was the actor. So, and I
Yeah.
can see him laughing
Now
off screen.
the gentleman name he's Stephen. He's world renowned.
Is he
He's
really?
yes. Whether or
Wow.
not that's in his own bathroom or his mother told him that, we will
His
find
mother
out.
told him. Okay,
But
okay,
but a world renowned Dutch artist called
okay.
Ramon Bruin,
Oh, not Raymond
and
Burr.
no, not for you.
Okay.
But for those people who have difficulty in reading,
I do.
or they're just dyslexic and they can't hear properly, we'll put the ticker up so they can see that as well. But enough of this useless banter.
Thank you very little.
Thank you very much. Let's introduce our guest, all the
And
way
there,
from sunny Holland.
Sonny, and there he is.
And sunny it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you for
horrible
coming on
weather,
the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for
The
coming and
first,
being with us today.
the first thing we have to ask you, of course, is how do we pronounce your name properly?
Properly, yes.
For the English or the
Yes.
or the Dutch. The Dutch say Ramon Bruin. The English say Ramon Bruin.
So Raymond
Okay.
Burr, I got it. Okay, the
Burr,
actor, Raymond
yeah.
Burr, right?
Pretty much the same.
So I don't think you
Bruin.
two know who. I don't think you two know who even Raymond Burr was. So he was.
I have no
No,
idea.
is he a gentleman of age?
He's dead. That is a gentleman of age he is. Raymond Burr was a very famous actor, probably in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. He did a television show here in
Yeah.
America called Irons.
Did they have TV in the 1870s then?
The 1430s, we did. And he was in a wheel, and he wasn't in. He played a retired detective or whatever that was in a wheelchair. So he was the first handicapped detective on television.
Was the wheelchair handicapped or was he handicapped?
Yes, to both.
And was he handicapped because of he was a detective or?
Oh no,
Yeah,
he was handy. No, he wasn't Columbo. But what happened was, the premise of the show is he got shot one day by an assassin who didn't, so he was stuck in a wheelchair, and it was on for 4 or 5 years. It was a very good, well done drama, not like you have today, like the Kardashians. So enough about Raymond Burr, and now we have Ramon. See, I know how to do that.
I don't think we started it, Stephen.
I know, and here's the really cool thing: love his music. The Ramones, they're the best. I think they're like. There you go.
I agree. Start of funk.
There you go. So,
Yeah.
David, you want to bring this around now on track so we can,
I just
talk about art.
I don't, as you know, I try to do as little background check on our artists as possible because I like to enjoy meeting them as much as I, for the first time. But I try and keep my brain as clear as possible.
Well,
I had a bit of a sneak peek today. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I had a little bit of a sneak peek this morning, and I saw something which blew me away. Well, two things really. One is that he has this international reputation.
Representation. There you go.
According to my mother.
Representation. Obviously from his mother and
From his mother.
a few other interested parties.
Right.
But it all came about, I think, because of some sort of three-dimensional artwork that you were doing. You gave it a name as well, did you not, Ramon?
I did. I can't remember it though. But no, it's 3D drawings, and I call them optical illusionism. So these are optical illusions in which I create drawings which seems to leap off the paper. So it's really a really neat 3D effect.
Okay, I've got one of those. I was just going to get that up, Stephen.
All right.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice.
That
Looks
is
good on
very
screen.
nice.
Yeah.
So what I-
Is that on one piece? Is that on one piece of paper then, or is it on 3 pieces of paper?
Sometimes I create these on one piece of paper, but this particular one is drawn on 3 pieces of paper. And when you look very closely, you can actually see a little bit of sticky tape between the 3 sheets of paper. You see a little bit of a glare.
Oh, you've burst a bubble now. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah. But it's drawn on 3 sheets of paper, and the reason I'm doing that because somehow our brain isn't used to see a drawing on 3 pieces of paper. We always see a drawing on 1 piece of paper. So it's like the first step of the illusion. And the other reason is I need to go I need to draw far. So the ship in real, when you stand next to it, is like 1.5 meters, or in American language, it's about
5 feet.
5 feet.
Yeah,
Thanks.
So here's my question though. Could you frame that? Or does it have to be sort of like if I buy that as an example, do I frame it or do I put it on a table so people just come into my den or office and go, ooh, and then you have to put a sign that says don't touch it or all the other stuff. But how does that work?
The funny thing is I framed the photograph of the drawing. I also added the drawing on the back, but it's only the photograph which shows the illusion.
Okay.
People are really hard to fool because we have 2 eyes and we can really see depth.
Right.
But when you see it through a lens from a video camera or your telephone, your smartphone, or whatever, you get fooled.
Wow.
So that's kind of the trick. So it started a sort of an internet sensation.
Very nice.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
Is this all drug related, Ramon, or is it being a Dutchman, or it's just something that just flipped into your mind anyway?
That's not drug related. It's spices related.
This is the Flying Dutchman. Everybody knows that.
It's the VOC.
Right, from the West Indies, when the West Indies companies back in the day. So
spices and slaves.
There you go. Hey, what else is there to talk about? So very, very cool. So what else have he, David? Do you have other pictures that he has done that we can look at?
I do. But I'm just still fascinated.
This one's fascinating. So is this one for sale, or did this one already sell?
I've already sold it to a collector in France.
Okay.
So unfortunately, it's already sold.
All right.
Wow.
Right. So the guy in France is very lucky. We're not going to mention his name. So, but it's good. Kudos to him. This is a gorgeous piece. Gorgeous piece.
Absolutely. It's a strange thing, isn't it? Because as I say, we don't normally research our artists, and I think Stephen just had an opportunity to have a quick look at it before we came online to interview you, and he sort of went, "Oh wow!" So I knew it was literally and metaphorically float his proverbial boat. But but what can I ask you? What brought you to this point then? I mean, is this you're just thinking, is obviously it's an optical illusion, but why draw it? What motivated you to draw it?
It's actually I have to take you a step back. I did these kind of drawings just for fun, and I posted them online just for the comments, and I wasn't really serious about it. But somehow it was a totally new style. It didn't exist yet. So this type of 3D drawings didn't exist at all. So I kind of invented something without realizing it. And the one who discovered me was a journalist, a lady journalist from America, from New York. And
from where was that? Sorry, where was she again? I just want to make sure I got that correct.
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
But she at the time she worked for the New York Daily News. I said it again. And she wrote a beautiful article about this new type of this new style of art of drawings, and well, that really went viral. It went massive.
Wow. Do you remember her name?
Some chick from New York. I can't look it up, but
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
No, it's 10 years ago, so it's a
Ah,
bit of
New York
long
Daily
time,
News.
long time.
It's not the Post. It's not the Post, but
But
okay.
after,
But anyway, very good.
after she published the article, I thought,
Right.
but I wasn't doing it really serious. So I was just doing it for fun.
Right.
So and then I started thinking, what if I start drawing difficult optical illusions, like more complex drawings from an angle, etc., etc.
Right.
And then I drew this one, and well, it went viral again.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know it sounds a bit of a cliche, Ramon, but was this a life-changing moment for you then, or
Definitely.
for your art?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. It's this piece alone got me like hundreds, perhaps even thousands interviews. It went massive worldwide.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, we're on top of the news because they've been
It
2000.
only took us 10. It only took us 10 years to find you, but we're
10
here for you
years.
now. Yeah, that's right. Since the New York Daily News did their interview, we're right here, and our 12 global fans are probably very excited. So that's the important thing. So you're gonna get it. You'll be an internet sensation all over again. So.
Yeah. Well, I've done a couple of other things as well. A couple of other drawings that I saved. As I say, we don't normally do this because, it's just. But I was just so fascinated with it, and I thought, well, maybe it'd be a really good place to go with this one. Let me take this one out and drop another one in. This one's called Lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, very pretty.
It's this kind of a different thing, but I'm doing a lot of paintings as well and drawings, and there's really nothing.
That's how I found you, through your painting on LinkedIn. Off on LinkedIn, I thought, wow, and then it was a doodle, in fact, that I saw. Is this a doodle for you?
Yes.
A doodle.
I drew this with paint pens, just with acrylic marker on a piece of canvas. So it's a painting, but it's sort of in between painting and drawing. It's drawing on canvas with acrylic.
Okay.
Sort of. And I add the shadows and the illusions, so it has sort of a feeling of depth. And well, it looks like it's built out of multiple layers, and every layer has its own doodles and its own stories. And between all these doodles, there's this bluish, this greenish line, which also gets interrupted, and it's all working together. And then you see this lucky clover appearing in the middle. So
now, is that one sold, or is that one sold as well? See, David, why don't you just keep selling us everything that's sold, David? That's awesome.
That's a bit of a problem. I kind of sell a lot.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's not a problem. That's excellent.
Congratulations. Congratulations, because we have a lot of artists that unfortunately can't say that. And, Okay.
This one is part of a private collection from a collector in Malaysia.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I know on your site for sale, you have two doodles for sale. One is called The Director's Cut, excuse me, and the other one's called Up Yours.
Correct. I still have those.
Okay, good. Hey, so, and on your site, correct me if I'm wrong, they're like €1,500 each.
Yeah,
correct.
Okay. Not including shipping, people. You got to pay for that. So
yeah.
But yeah, so
that's your favorite subject, Stephen, shipping,
Yes, it is, because every time I want to buy something, I'm like, tell me what the shipping is, and then they tell me, I'm like, I like your work, but I don't like to pay 5 times the price for shipping. So it's always interesting when people want to, like, when I buy work outside of the United States.
Yeah, that's always a problem. I've also shipped a few paintings of 2 meters by 2 meters, and that's like 6 feet, I believe. 6 feet by 6 feet, a bit more.
Yep.
And I also shipped them in a crate to the United States, to several places, and the price of shipping is massive. It's absolutely through the roof.
Yeah, for a crate like that, you're anywhere, depending on who you use it, and whether you put it on the slow boat to China or you put it on a plane, you're somewhere between 450 US to about 2,200 US. It just depends. Yep.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. I was about 900 to 1,000 US dollar.
Yeah. So it becomes an event, and so when people collect, it's like you got to keep that in mind. It's like where you're buying your art, because it's got to get you, especially stuff like this. If it's sometimes. If it's a if it's something that's stretched, they can take it and put it into the tube, send it, you can have it reframed.
True.
But something like this, you can't. This can't be stretched. This can't be wrapped. This is coming in a box, so to speak, and that's it. So
True. It's ready to hang.
Right.
But sometimes I do. I ship a painting in a tube on a roll, and I just search online to the nearest framing specialist, and I send it there, and I have it framed, well, on site, and I take it to the client, etc., etc. It's a lot cheaper, and it works. It actually works. So that's
because to ship it in the tube is like maybe 50 to 100 US insured, and then they can go and pay, if you will, $500 or $600 for the framer to frame it to your specs, and all of a sudden, it's like costs nothing.
Yeah, it's like $500 US total. Yeah.
And a lot of artists, I don't think, realize that. A lot of them are like, "Oh, I've got to." No, it's okay. You can break it down, and you can do this, and you can do that, and I think a lot of artists need to. I think when you become international, I think you need to, like you do. You need to understand that there's a whole nother business other than painting.
Oh,
so, and I don't think a lot of them do. And they understand that it's like, I'm painted something. We're like, great, send it to us. And I'm like, you go, how much is shipping? And they'll tell you. And I'm like, no, really, how much is shipping? Like, it's 7, if they want to ship it. I'm like, it's 7 times more than the cost of your painting. I like your painting, not 7 times more. Right. So it's like, that's not going to work. So that's very cool that you work with the local. Now, this one, of course, you get created in whatever. It is what it is. But like like some of your others, the very big pieces on the front page, your paintings, those you can roll, ship, and then have the local people do it, which I think is excellent. So all you artists starting out there and artists that don't have a clue, pay attention to this. So there you go. There's my commercial. Sorry.
No, I think that's really good, Steve, because of, we've had this discussion before in the past as well about people trying to go to art galleries, and that they find them intimidating. So any extra information that you can give to people to help them purchase a product, and also to help the artists sell more, because not only do you have to be able to be a painter, you also have to be a logistics expert, and that's just for a lot of people a bridge too far. I'm going to take this one out. Another one. These all seem to. I just love them all because they're all illusional. So I'm going to put another one up now. This one is called Mascot.
Very nice.
That's totally different. Well, I actually did this as an assignment for it's a commission painting for a Rolls-Royce club. It's called the Mascot, and they are fans of Rolls-Royce and Bentley. And what I did is I sort of took the whole 3D drawing to a different to a step further. So this is painted.
This has sort of echoes of Escher in it, does it not?
True. I got a few drawings over here which has the same effect, and I can show it to you in a bit.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Let's have a look. We'll take this one out, and Stephen will put you. Well,
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I like his stuff is absolutely gorgeous. So it's very, very cool. I like that he also thinks about shipping. So, look at that. Let's give the solo shot to this one. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You can see the 3D effect.
Yes.
Yeah. You just move it just up. Yeah.
And it has a lot of details. And this one is drawn by hand.
Okay.
It's mainly done with pencil and color pencil, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. And sold as well, Ramon, or not?
No, this one is not sold. No, not at all.
Okay. Well, there must be a lot of cattle ranchers in Texas who'd like that one.
I was just going to say that's I'm looking at, I think this one on his site is called Next Level Drawings. So I'm looking at those right now. So
same as this one.
Yeah.
Very
that
pretty.
That has real echoes of Escher.
Yeah. It really has the feeling of an Escher.
Yeah.
But it's
and that's called the Piece of the New World, isn't it? Of the the world, Piece of the World. And that's I'm just looking at your site while we're doing this. So that's 1,624 US.
Correct.
See, look at it. We're selling his art for him. Here we go. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's very pretty. I like that.
But gentlemen, going back to that art, then you couldn't roll that up and put it into a tube, could you?
No, you can't roll it up. No, it's really on thick cardboard. So no.
Yeah.
But that's not hard to ship though, because you can actually then get a board. You don't need wood for that. Like his other paintings, if you're not rolling them up, you need a crate, right? That is good. They can go into a waterproof, if you will, cardboard box. So 100, maybe 300 US, depending, you're good. And that's
Correct.
right? I might have bought some art over the years. But that's what you would do with that. It's a very simple to ship something like that. It's some of the ones that, someone will show us something that has a piece like that's huge, and it's got to be framed a certain way. And I don't think they realize you can call the local framer and go, listen, I'm going to send you this. My client's going to pay for the framing. This is what needs to be done. I don't think they think like that. I think they're just like, I sold you the art. I'm going to box it and ship it. And then they were like, oh, can't do that. Or they realize how expensive it is. And then all of a sudden,
I think a lot of, unfortunately, and we've had some fabulous artists that have been on the show, and we've enjoyed talking to them. But a lot of them, like I say, don't even think about the shipping side of it. They just think,
logistics.
oh yeah, well I've sold it, and then and then I've got to put it in a carrier bag and give it to somebody. It's yeah. But did you take that mascot away, Steve? Or were we looking at that?
I didn't take it away.
Yeah, I can't get it back onto the screen.
Would you like to take a look
went
at
to a live view?
Yeah, went to a live view. That was the mascot. There we go.
There you go. There's the mascot. Sorry about that. I'm drinking heavily while we do this. So.
Well, I hope you are. I hope you are. Yeah. The nurse told you to drink a lot, Stephen.
She did.
Yeah, drink a lot. That's the Cuban nurse. The Cuban nurse that he has. A Scottish nurse and a Cuban physio. And they say
very true.
Drink lots of scotch.
And smoke cigars. My doctor told me if I wanted to stop chewing gum, that's what I had to do. So I'm listening to the doctor. So
yeah. So Ramon, this club found you then, and you've done this just for them.
True.
But this again is again an optical illusion, no?
Yes, it's a commission artwork, and what I did is really focus on the Bentleys and the Rolls Royces, and to create a sort of a Escher-ish feeling with my own 3D effects and the depth, and the sort of a surreal piece. And yeah,
I didn't want to belittle your work in any way, shape, or form by saying that it was like a copy of Escher. You clearly have your own way of dealing with that. But of course, being Dutch, everybody would have known that you may well have seen it somewhere.
True.
At some stage or another in your career. But
I have been called Escher 2.0 for a few times.
Very nice.
Well, that's a compliment, surely.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So all your next level drawings, like this is definitely a one-off, right? Because a private club asked you to do it. But all your next levels, most of your stuff, from what I can see, like there's one on the site that says sold out. So I'm assuming they're all one of one.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when they're sold out, they're really sold out.
They're sold out. Yeah.
Sold out where nobody's getting another one. But see, that's nice. They're all original and whatnot. So, but this is a beauty. And so if someone wants to commission a piece, how much, if I made you, like for this, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to, of course, but how much would you charge if I said, I need you to commission a piece that does this? How much would you charge for a commissioned piece of work?
This particular artwork was €2,500.
Okay.
And that was, excluding the shipping, of course.
Right. I like this. This is a lot of detail. Very, very nice.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of corporates that more. Yeah, I mean, what's that? Not even an advert, is it? A couple of grand.
I've done a couple of commission pieces as well for an American company, which I believe it was an American company which operated from Mexico, right against the border. And what they did was they designed complete areas of business. I'm not sure what it's called in America, but these huge factory compounds. And I drew about, I believe, 5 of these kind of artworks. So there's It worked well in America.
Your stuff would work well anywhere because it pops, and that's what people want. They want something that pops and catches your eye, and that's not the norm of the other art. You know, they
Yeah.
want something where they look at it and go, that is really cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
It
gonna,
almost
I'm gonna
doesn't look real.
introduce. I'm going to introduce another one now and this is Anarchy.
Anarchy. All right. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, cool. I sold this one too, and this one I
Just for
sold.
Stephen, just to rub it in.
Okay, no problem.
Now I sold this one to a collector in Germany. And
Of course.
Of course.
Yourself.
And it's really it's mostly drawn with pencil, with ink and pencil, and also this bizarre 3D effect. But it's kind of has a feeling of being a collage, and it's not. It's just one piece. And I kind of wanted to focus on one center piece, and in this case, it's a German airplane, a Messerschmitt.
Okay.
Not a big fan of the Germans, but they did create a few beautiful airplanes at the time, and therefore I just had to draw it, and that's it. And
it's a gorgeous piece.
And how long did it take you to do a piece like this, Ramon?
I'm not sure. I think about 40 hours, I think.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So like a working week then? Just sit down behind your bureau.
But I don't draw all the time because that's really get boring. So I draw for a few hours, then I grab a painting, and then I do some shipping, etc., etc.
Right.
Just it keeps me more focused.
Well, the nice thing though is that so realistically, if you started the first of a month, by the end of the month, something like this would be done. It sounds like, yeah. So
correct.
So if somebody wants a commission piece within 30 days, because sometimes you ask for a commission piece and it could take it's an event. You know, it's like Michelangelo, painting something. It could take 20 years.
You can imagine a corporate that has a reasonable portfolio of product having this sort of thing above the reception desk as you go into the office.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's got everything on it. I mean, come on, corporate America, wake up, see this stuff. This is the new way. This is what your reception area should be looking like.
And I've done so many of these drawings for Dutch corporates.
Right.
And what I also did, and that's I've made a photograph, of course, of the artwork, and I printed on small boxes or other goodies or watches or whatever.
Right.
So they can hand out like this cool little gifts to their clients while they own the original piece, and that's really working.
Yeah,
that's very nice. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So now,
I'm going to put this last thing up now, Steve, because I think this will be especially for all those people who live in Texas.
This is the one with the gun. Yes,
this is the one. This is the one. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Did it come with a real gun?
Yeah. In this case, I really like the 3D effect.
Right.
And this one is painted on paper. I just wanted to create a series in which in which it appears there's actually a gun inside, or a squashed car, or whatever. If you're really interested in guns, I got a gun.
All right, let's see that. Let's see the gun. This is exciting.
That was quite something, eh?
That's his stuff is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we get to bring this to people. This is definitely, unfortunately, not going to make it to the podcast because this is all visual. This is definitely a visual thing.
This one's
this is the one. It's the one he made in the snow.
This is. I love it. That's awesome. That's great.
It's neat.
That's very pretty. That is very. Hey, and Hanukkah and Christmas is coming up, so there you go, people.
Correct. And this one is 100% done with color pencil.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
So it has a lot of details.
There's a lot of details in that one.
Oh, it's got the St. Nicholas paper on it.
Correct.
Ah,
that's a nice.
Okay, well, I'm sure you'll have lots of clients in Staphorst for that one.
I believe too. So.
No, we should have lots of clients in Texas. I'll be like, hey, you guys really like your guns? Look at this. You can go.
I'll tell you what, Stephen. That and Ramon as well. That gun and then with a Texas flag wrapped around it.
Oh my God, all day long.
Buy your T-shirts, buy all your merch.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
All you have to do is send it to the governor of Texas, and then you can just go, here's that, and everyone will just buy the merch from there.
Yeah.
So we'll call Abbott tomorrow and go, listen, Greg, baby, I got something for you, but you have to work with us. And he's in a wheelchair, for real, like not an actor. So that could work out real well.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
there's the
very
wheelchair
cool.
connection again. I didn't think we'd ever get onto a wheelchair connection, but
only at Hilga's House of Pain, that's the thing we do extra on the weekends. But for this conversation, just happened to come up because of his name, Raymond Burr. So there you go.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Very cool. So what are your next upcoming projects that you have, or things that you would like to share? Are you going to be showing anywhere that people can actually see your work and touch it and feel it?
I haven't planned any exhibitions so far because it's kind of a strange time we live in.
Okay.
The lockdowns and stuff like that. So a lot of things are happening online for me.
Okay.
So currently I'm working on 4 large paintings, which are all 4 2x2 meters. So
wow, 6 feet by 6 feet.
Yeah, a bit more. So really huge. I haven't have them here. They're in all the way in the back. But
are they commission pieces, Ramon, or are they?
No, just for me. It's my own ideas, and I just offer them online. Yeah, it's just
and your link, and I don't know where. There we go. Down here will be your website, so people can find you online, and if they want to buy something, they can click it and buy it.
Yes.
So,
and if they want to see it, I'm also working on a video, so you can always see how I create things.
Oh, very cool.
So if you go to the website, you can find a YouTube channel as well. And I make a lot of videos on how I draw stuff, or how I create stuff, or how I.
Well, we'd love you to share those with us, because we also have another world-renowned Dutch artist, a Dutch artist called Connie Akkers. His subject matter is mostly young ladies.
Hey, now.
So that always sells well. But we post. I think, Stephen, you do it daily, do you not? From Connie, he just is continuously sending you stuff.
So Connie told me that that a gentleman in America said you just have to prostitute yourself. So every day he sends us artwork, a video of what we call it the daily art of Connie Akers. It's on our site. So every day there's whether it's 40 seconds or a 3-minute video of whatever he's painting, or whatever he wants to do. So this whole month has been in November, I should say, was Hollywood legends. So we've been doing Hollywood. He's been painting. I didn't believe it. He had 30 Hollywood legends painted. It was like awesome. So he sends stuff every day. One of his videos got 55,000 views. They get anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 views. So I know our fans would love to see it. So if you want, feel free to send us stuff. We'll post it up. And
obviously,
there you go.
No worries.
Post it on your own thing, of course, your own social media. But if you send Stephen the short, which we'll talk about when we come offline because it's easier, come off the interview. But just send them regularly to us, because we just post it. Our function in life is to get through series 1.
That's right. Almost done.
Almost done. Is to just support artists, and in our own sort of stupid sort of a way, really. But and we're thrilled to have you on, because it's
no, awesome. I'll send you the link.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what else would you have? What else do you have to show us? Or let me go one even better. How did you get started? Because everybody's always like, we always get to you now, like 10 years after the New York Daily News article, and off of the. So did you wake up one day and go, I'm going to do this?
That's quick.
I know. I was going to say, because usually we're still at the Spanish Inquisition. We're still interviewing people from then. But how did you get started? Like, how'd you wake up one day and say, I want to do this? Or did you go to uni and do art? Or how did you do this?
The funny thing is, I never thought I would be an artist. Never, ever. I have been drawing all my life, and it's kind of my talent. But I'm not from a artistic family, so nobody ever pushed me into a direction of arts or whatever. So after a while, I noticed I got this talent, and I really had a thing for airbrushing as well. So I started my own company, and I did some airbrushing. I painted motorcycles, guitars, stuff like that, drum kits, whatever, everything I could get my hands on.
Right.
And that went pretty well. I can't complain. And in the same time, in the evening, I just started drawing because I just love it. I don't like watching television or whatever. I like to draw. That's what I do.
Right.
And and then I got what I told you earlier. Then I got discovered by this reporter from New York.
Now, how long were you drawing before you got? How long were you overnight success, or how long did it take you to get discovered?
It was really an overnight success.
Really?
Yeah, it went absolutely viral. So yeah, and after that, I kind of quit with my airbrushing, and I started focusing on art. And at the time, I also did a few paintings, but not really that big or that good at all.
Right.
And, I kind of shifted my focus to that as well, and that went went very well as well. So
you were successful at airbrushing. Then the lady from the New York Daily News came along, and it basically made you an international star. And so from there, you've been boom, off to the races, as they say.
Yes.
Very cool.
Really zero experience in the whole art world, and
yeah. And Ramon, because we've seen several different things that you do, and you're multi-talented. And one thing in particular that sells more than the other?
I really don't know, because it goes in like phases, and sometimes my doodle paintings sell a bit better, and sometimes my really large, colorful, abstract paintings sell really well. So I don't know, but online it's always the 3D drawings. People love to get mesmerized by the 3D effect, of course. So.
Is that on merchandise as well? Because obviously the 3Ds will work pretty well on T-shirts and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I've done heaps of stuff like watches and shoes, and I got lots of stuff here as well. Loads of.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have a look at that. To show us some of the other bits and pieces.
I can show you around, but I have no clue where it's lying around.
That'll be our next interview we do with them.
I can give you a quick tour of the mess. I got some.
Oh, we love mess. We love mess.
I got some paints here lying around.
Oh, very nice.
A couple of paintings.
You see, the crazy thing is that as much as people love art, what they like even more is the process. People like to see this stuff.
True.
Because this is the bit they don't normally see. They see the wonderful piece of art on the wall, but they don't see like the mind factory, and all the little tools and stuff that you need to produce this stuff.
That's correct. And therefore I always film the process so people can see how stuff is being made.
Now, are you at a gallery? What's behind the paintings? There's glass. Is that like a gallery, or is that your gallery?
No, it's not a gallery. There's no glass.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought there's like a gallery behind you. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'll go back to sleep now.
It's an optical illusion, Stephen.
I see that.
Optical illusions. I got the little boxes in which I used for the corporate clients.
Very nice.
And they got printed in the inside as well.
Oh, wow.
With the 3D effect. And and it's like stuff like that. And I just threw the gun over there.
Ah, very nice. All you people in Texas, the gun's available. So
we also sneakers, but that really didn't work out with the company. So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Right.
That's all part of the process, of course.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, we're currently we have somebody that we spoke to last week. and we've had a lot of feedback as well. He's just hand design, doing hand painting, hand designs on sneakers, and there's a lot of interest in that. And Stephen was talking about that, I think, last week, that certainly there are places and particular scenes, fashion scenes in the US where these sort of sneakers are going from $1,000 to $2,000 because some people are wearing them because they've got more money than sense, and other people just are seeing them as pieces of art and are collecting them as pieces of art. So that's don't lose all faith in hand painting the sneakers. That's for sure.
True, but it takes a lot of time. And what I'm doing right now, which I haven't shared with anyone yet online, but I can share it with you.
Oh, is this a world exclusive?
It's a world exclusive.
Wow, really, we like that.
Really something different. I've never done something with sculpting and stuff like that. That's not really my cup of tea. But I did want to try out something, and I'm really a big fan of the Ramones, for instance, of punk music, rock music, stuff like that. And so I bought a series of guitars. I bought 13 guitars, and I turned them into art objects. So I changed them, I lit them on fire, I set them on fire, or I added like toys and stuff like that. And I got a collection of 13 pieces of wall art, which has the shape of a normal, regular guitar, but it's turned into a work of art, and it looks really cool. Also with a video, so how I made it.
Very cool. Now, where would they find that on your site?
Oh, wow.
Not yet, because it's hidden link, but I will share it with you.
Okay, right? and we'll share it with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And then let me ask you this, if I may. I saw on your site, and I know this is like this is a bad thing to talk about now, especially with what happened to FTX. So on the NFTs, how is that going? Or what are you NFTing on your, like if I buy one of your paintings, I'm assuming you won't NFT it at that point, right? Because I own the actual painting. So what are you NFTing? Are you NFTing your paintings, or you're NFTing just specific drawings?
No specific drawings. I got a collection of NFTs of 3D drawings, which I haven't sold.
Okay.
So I turned them into NFTs because they never got sold. And I also got a series of which I call cyber expressionism paintings. So I paint neo-expressionistic paintings, but then digitally. So it's all painted with pixels. That's it.
Gotcha.
I love doing it, and it's it actually sells too. So
nice.
Yeah, it's really strange.
And I will tell you, on your site there is one. You do have a guitar that I see on the site with people playing in a band. It looks like.
It's a painted guitar.
No, I think it's the guitar. It's the blue guitar, and it looks like you have 1, 2, 3 musicians in it, and they're playing. And
but that's actually that's not even part of this whole series.
Oh wow!
I got a guitar right here.
Right now, is that a paint, or is that a drawing, or is that an actual guitar, or is that a drawing?
Sure. 1 second.
Well, roll the drums now, because we got a world exclusive coming.
I know, right?
That's
the one.
World exclusive. I painted this one a couple of years ago, and this one also has a cool 3D effect.
Yes.
But if you look from it from an angle.
Yep.
And that's about
very cool.
Oh,
I believe.
Yep.
It becomes hollow.
Yeah.
It's very cool. And when you look at it on your website with the photography, it actually looks like you've taken the guts out of it, and it's just the people in it.
Yeah, and it's
beautiful.
It's a painted one.
So is that one for sale?
No, it actually. We got a large music venue here in Holland, which is called Ziggo Dome.
Okay.
It was on display for a few years over there.
Right.
And I just got it back, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. All right. Well, keep us posted, because that's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the US, of course, is a huge. What do they say? That Mexico, not Mexico, that Texas is the music state, Stephen. That's what Miss Wild was telling us.
they say Austin is the music capital of the world or something, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. But listen, they got nothing else going for them here, so whatever they need to believe, let them believe. So they just literally they got indoor plumbing last week, and electricity's coming next week. So we're very excited here that we don't have to have fire by torches anymore. So it's very, very cool for us. So, but I'm just saying, I'm from that city. You don't want to talk about New York. So we have technology and stuff, but Austin's hip. They've got guitars all outside as sculptures like that. They've got paintings and they have people that show up. So it's a very cool thing. So, if you're in Austin, walk around. And if not, don't come here. So anyway, that's that. My friend, this was absolutely wonderful. Your stuff is phenomenal. We will put your website down there so people can look.
Awesome.
And if they don't know how to click a button, they can always reach out to us and we can get them A to Z to you without a problem. And then as you come with more stuff, please come back and show us and tell us, and we'll show our fans, and you'll hopefully pick up some new fans this way.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much.
Very cool. Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being on the show. And it's really, really unfortunate for anybody who's listening to this on the podcast, because we have a lot of people listening on the podcast. This is just one of those must do. You have to go to the website, www.twooldfarts.vip, to look at this stuff, or to see it on the YouTube channel, because seeing is not even believing with the art from Ramon.
Yeah, no, his stuff is definitely the optical illusions and just the 3D. It's phenomenal. Like, if listening does not do it justice, and we can literally describe it, not going to help you out. This one you have to actually see and touch it and feel it and whatnot. This is one of those, and it's phenomenal. I would do this all day. If I was close to you, I would be at your studio right now. And I would just want to look at everything. It's beautiful work.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Very well.
Thank you,
gentlemen.
For your time,
thank you both. Everyone, have a good day. And this is not our last show of the year, but we're getting close. So we'll talk to you all later.
Yeah, well, with this sort of talent, we're going straight into series 2.
Yeah, that's next year.
Thank you, everyone.
Pretty soon.
All right,
Cheers.
we'll do. Look